Good, increasingly sunny, gorgeous, crystal blue skies reflecting off the departing overcast in the greater Bloomington metropolitan area in the Midwest. This is VINCENZO'S Gold Crypto Investing, where you come to get a probability-based, one-of-a-kind, company-made trading alert system and technical analysis, right? Like, subscribe, and share. Donate to the subscriber challenge for our $100 first ever Bitcoin look back, deep, in-depth technical analysis, and on the hype and the mania that's surrounding the market now that has similarities to the market of late 2017. If you weren't in crypto back then, you really need these classes. Start donating to the channel so I can get in-depth part 1 of a 10-part series out to the whole community as a whole when we donate and learn and grow together to become entrepreneur millionaires. Gold up today again, not surprising. Silver up today, not surprising. AAU up today, not surprising. I bought more of that. B2 Gold up today, not surprising. I bought more of that. Great Panther Mining, I have a ton of that, right? But we're going to do a rapid fire price on the fly price analysis to see, let's clear some of this malarkey out of here, to see what's going on today, if we got any bullish news, bearish news on looking into the weekend, because the futures market closes this afternoon for the weekend. The trading gets slim, and when the trading's light, any buy volume or sell volume can push the price up more than it usually would. So there can be big gains that are made on the weekends because the trading is very thin, so you can get a nice pump or a dump on the weekend that you otherwise wouldn't get if you had more normal traded volume when most of the major exchanges are open in the futures market. But it still looks very bearish, right? You can see the downsloping going from about 46 cents down to 42 cents now. The downsloping pink line, or purple, right? That's the 50-day overhead moving average, and the green's the 200, right? And that's why after we called that bottom beautifully, because we set our target on Dogecoin all the way back when the price was up here, leading to that jabronis, and where the jabroni killer and the jabronis were born, up there. You see that up here, right? I've been saying since then it was going to come down to the 20 to 25 cent range because of the pattern recognition, and we were breaking down and being exhausted out of a falling wedge. And that was to 20%, the lowest part of that initial target was a 71% crash I was predicting. It came to 70.83% from the top. So all you guys that are trying to scratch and day trade to pay taxes and fees and fucking fees, to get scratch and crawl your way back to evenness because you got trapped up here because you weren't listening to VINCENZO'S Gold Crypto Investing, where you could have stacked buy orders at 18 to 24 cents, and you could have rolled this pump if you would have sat on the sidelines, held firm to your probability-based structured system, simple, easy to understand steps to trade this market that only exclusively VINCENZO'S Gold Crypto Investing could give you. You could have rode an 80% pump and now dumped out of that. You could have sold into this. You could have bought into the crash, into the fear, like you should do, right? Always buy into the fear on a good company. Not saying this is a good company, Dogecoin, but you could have bought into the fear and then rode up and then sold into the panic because now they think it's going up here, and they're blocking out the charting and what the chart's showing you and putting into that data probability based structured computer model forecasting system that we have exclusively company made at VINCENZO'S Gold Crypto Investing. And this is part of some of the data that goes into making a probability based forecast of the price. Crashing volume, rising price, bearish, right? Running up against the downsloping 50 and the sideways consolidating 200-day moving average. What do you think is going to happen there? It's going to get rejected. If we zoom in, we want to make this fast paced. When we drew yesterday morning, we put out a 24-hour forecast, and we said we're probably going to bounce up to the overhead 200 at 39 to 42 cents, and then trade in between that and the overhead 50 at 44, 45 cents, and then trade sideways before you come down was the most likely scenario, to have a double bottom at that 20 to 24 cents where you flash crashed and changed the structure of the whole crypto market 36 hours ago. Welcome to all of our 30-something new subscribers. Obviously, I am known in the crypto world as the crypto bear that nailed Dogecoin, made the Saturday night hype train killer, the Jabroni Killer, right? Nailed XLM. Let's go to XLM next. No, actually, let's go to Litecoin. I got a big Litecoin audience, so I want to give Litecoin my undivided attention right now for the next 2 to 3 to 4 minutes before we move on. But let's look at Litecoin. Another one where a subscriber, let's clear some of this malarkey out so you can see this better. Another subscriber, again, got a hold of me when I, right back here, I'll pour a little pointer tool out, back about the 7th to the 10th of May, and asked me what my thoughts were on Litecoin. So I made him an extensive, it's now approaching 200 views and 100 likes. Check that out. An extensive Litecoin video on the pattern recognition, again, like I called Doge, and I broke it down extensively. I said we were in a rising wedge, right, confirmed by upper resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times you hit that upper resistance to confirm the pattern. Then you had a long underneath support, 1, 2, 3, and a whole cluster for 4 to confirm this was your monthly pattern that you're in. And I made that video about right here, and I said as we zoom in, like I always say, you start out to identify and dissect the current pattern, then you can work your way in to where there's more sexy glowing data points, because there's more data points on the 2-hour time frame, because there's more 2 hours in a 24-hour sphere or span than there is in a weekly candle, right? So I made that video up here for him, and I said rising price, pumping volume, bullish. But since then, you had crashing volume and an up and sideways consolidation, very bearish, often a sign the buyers are being exhausted, the bulls, and the bears, the sellers, are taking over the market. So that was one thing. Then we had confluency with, we had that. Then we had a rising wedge, and wedge patterns are usually bearish reversal patterns. They can break bullish, but usually they're a sign that the pattern's about to go the other way. The same as a falling wedge is usually bullish, but can break bearish, right? So we said the price was going to come down, and at the time, the 200-day moving average in the daily time frame, I believe, was right here, or the weekly. I think it was the daily, and I said we're going to come down here. The price was sitting at... the price at the time was sitting up here, like 350 to 375, and I said we're coming down very quickly. If you're in this coin and you're stuck in it and can't get out of it because you were fleeced and heisted, I said it's coming down to 250 to 280 to test that 200-day moving average in the daily time frame. Then outside chance you could bounce up to this heavily traded upper resistance at the 375 to 385 range, and then we're crashing, and our first target was all the way down here at the bottom of that half-year rising wedge at the 235 to 260 level. And I said we're coming down there, and a lot of you couldn't believe it. But then as the price started trading down and we hit that 250 target, I got a lot of views and a lot of subscriptions for my new third favorite Litecoin, company favorite Litecoin, right? I love this fucking coin now because I got a great audience on these great calls. Then I said on the fly TA, we were in a bear pennant right here. And you say, well, what the fuck's this bear pennant bullshit again with this fucking bearish shit? I'm getting my balls hammered. Well, I said the target out of a bear pennant was the top of the pole to the bottom of the flag, and you just grab that out and you bring it to the point of a breakout, and that's where we got this target, right? Our ultimate target out of breaking down out of that continuation pattern, because a bear pennant is just a continuation pattern, consolidation, continuation pattern, right? And then look at that, we came down to our target, and now we're consolidating again in an up and sideways consolidation and crashing volume. To me, that looks like another bear pennant is forming. You could, in thinly traded market over the weekend, it looks very similar to what we broke out of up there, don't it? You see that? You could trade today to the upper end of the upper resistance of this bear pennant again, and hit this downsloping 200 moving average at the 235 to 242 level before you get rejected and retest your lows of that 160. But I think you're in a bear pennant, and you got your lower, I'm just going to draw this out quick to make this quick and easy. You got your lower support, just like before. You got your downtrending overhead resistance. The top of the pole to the bottom of the flag is your targeted move, the point of a breakout. And if you are in that pennant, your next target is going down out of this to our ultimate target of the bottom of the wedge, which is where we're breaking out of and confirmed it with volume. And your target we're going to make a fancy little support box, is the bottom of the wedge. And the bottom of the wedge started right there. That is your target, the bottom of the wedge, $40 to $75 in Litecoin. The upper end of this wedge would be $75. So $40 to $75 is your targeted move in Litecoin. And you better pay close attention and hope you can ride this upper resistance and break back bullish and get some pumping volume. I'm not seeing it. I think Litecoin today, before I let you go, is going to try to trade up in this. We got to get more data points, 3-hour time frame. It's going to try to trade up in this bear flag continuation pattern, and I think you might try to tempt up and break out of that as a fake out to the 245 to 260 upper long-term major resistance to get some more jabronis and the heisters and fleecers to get you in, and then it's tanking. And I think we're coming down eventually to that target in the next weeks to months. Like, subscribe, and share. Donate to the channel for more dynamic, technical, probability-based charting. Peace and love. Peace and love.